Serena, with State Farm, everyone's offered a surprisingly great rate.
Sure. How about a complimentary wet moss wrap?
Find your sense of wonder. Find the world is new again. At Chevy, we'd like to take you there. Now during the show.
I never felt this way before. Give us some more.
Morning, noon, night. Indulgent, delicious.
Cascade Platinum Plus Oxy breaks down food soils some detergents can leave behind, washing away even the smallest food residue so it doesn't redeposit on your dishes.
Meteorologist Mike Seidel. Quick recap. Laura made landfall late last night, early hours of this morning in Cameron, Louisiana, as a Category 4 hurricane. Power in Louisiana, and the winds are still howling through this part of the state. Because it came in as such a strong hurricane, it takes a while for it to wind down. We're not I think we'll just listen to the wind, to turn up the audio here and listen to this wind as it blew through the streets. That's not going to be a major issue in the next couple of hours, although a lot of the state's still under flash flood warnings. And in this part of the state, and then over in parts of the state of Mississippi, base, the stratospheric is not very high, but look how fast these clouds are moving. You're talking about winds sustained up there at 50, 60 miles an hour, and it's Shreveport. We've got Jen Carfagno there. In the meantime, let's time it out for you. Let's go back to the studio. Alex Wallace, it's not over till it's over. In fact, this one may
Thursday, we're going to be watching the stronger winds pushing its way up from parts of Arkansas, crossing the Mississippi, and then heading on off towards the east here as we work our way on into our weekends. Around the Little Rock area, and remember, Little Rock is a spot that's certainly seen its fair share of rain this year. In fact, we're more than 10 inches above average in terms of the surplus here for us. So additional rainfall. Here tomorrow, some of those wind gusts could even get up into that close to tropical storm force range. Rainfall amounts for us looks like about 3 to 5 inches there for us in and around the city. So west as it moves in that general direction, but nonetheless still bringing us some rain that could lead to, in fact, the likelihood tomorrow for that potential for some flash flooding there. across central portions of Kentucky. Still, though, spreading that rain from the Ohio Valley all the way down to parts of the Tennessee Valley as well. We've got rain expected there for you. And then by Saturday,
Laura, has occurred in Louisiana. A 14-year-old girl was killed when a tree fell on her home. And certainly there are many risks with this.
The weekend with Jimmy Dean Simple Scrambles, made fresh with 2 real eggs, sausage, and cheese, and ready in seconds.
Why don't you put a Sunday morning?
Yet to explore. Look out the window. The summer of Jeep is here.
Or get 0% financing for 72 months, plus no monthly payments for 90 days on select
areas where certain fungal infections are common. And if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Humira.
But most of all, it takes a commitment to comfort in any conditions. At the Weather Channel, our
I don't have to prick my finger.
Dexcom puts you in control, not your diabetes.
This is epic!
You're watching American.
And very heavy rainfall. Some breaking news this morning. Unfortunately, we do have the first fatality to report from Hurricane Laura. A tree fell. Gusting over 50, and well, we are in Tiger Country, I guess. Shreveport Airport winds gusting over 50. In Barksdale, east of town here, gusting the heavy rainfall. He's a little bit how we're gusty. I think we're just so protected in downtown that we're not getting that. Thankfully, that hopefully will cut back on. Pressure coming this far north in Louisiana. I just saw the latest advisory from the Hurricane Center, 970. So this has got to be some intense
70, and it's the gradient, Jen, as you know, of the pressure that drives the wind. So we're seeing pressure differences very large.
And you also have the forward motion. So what can we expect for points east of Shreveport and including on I-20? Do you think that we're going to see this weakened?
Sustained 100-mile-per-hour winds, but there may be gusts close to that, certainly in what's left over of this northern eye wall, and that too will probably
go back out to Tevin Wooten. Greg, thank you for that. I want to go back out to Tevin Wooten, who's in Lake Charles. And Tevin, you've done some great coverage out there. I know this is going to be your last report from Lake Charles.
Chris Brew was just reporting here yesterday, by the way. The supports and the trusses for this gazebo down on the ground now. Whole thing shifted that way. Okay, that's one wind direction.
homeowners, and it's helped over 1 million Americans. A reverse mortgage loan isn't some kind of trick to take your home. It's a better.
Whether holding down the fort or bouncing back to school, childhood is always in session. So keep feeding us right with Sun-Maid.
Oh, it's a beautiful day. Oh, I never felt.
Phones went off. A hurricane warning. And that was a surprise. As far as I can tell, that was the first hurricane warning that has been issued for Shreveport. If you go back in history, but this one is going to bring some extra wind here, and that's why everything is pretty much shut down for the day. City facilities closed, buses suspended. That's to take a look down McNeil Street, you can see the trees blowing a little bit here. But at the airport, we've been gusting to 52 miles per hour. At Barksdale, which of the circulation here in Shreveport, but still getting into the heavy rain. On the eastern side, I'm just watching that tail of the system extend all
falling tropical cyclones, as you well know.
Greg, what do you think about the tropical storm force wind?